Welcome to P3 Radio.
The monkey only dances as good as the guy grinding the organ handle.
Brother.
I fly, bro. That is never stopping.
Truck goes to Dwayne.
Cool story, bro.
Footy pajamas.
Hey, genius. It's 2 p.m. Central.
PG3 Radio.
Here's your host, Josh Riley.
Get him off big, Freddie. Get him off big.
Richard Mullican.
And as I put you down, my pants ripped.
It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of P3 Radio. I'm Richard Mullican, joined by my co-host. He's the 1983 Mr. Dixie Youth Grand Champion. He has loved some ladies and loved Jim Beam. And they both tried to kill him back in 2023. He's the 1983 Mr. Dixie Youth Grand Champion, as I said before, and best friend, Josh Brawley. Say, hey, Josh.
Richard Lee,
Yes.
I'm so disappointed in you right now
Yep.
that I just don't know what to do.
Well, make that two of us. Yeah.
We try to be good people.
Sometimes why?
We try to be good, upstanding citizens. And you just drug this poor man through all kinds of bullshit.
Was it funny?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all. That's my only goal in life is to try to make people laugh.
You made yourself look like an axe murderer on another podcast. We'll probably be getting a spike of hate listens this week.
No, I'm sure some people will say that was really funny.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
They don't make it good.
What Josh is referring to is the USWA Retro Wrestling Review podcast that we do with Gene Jackson every week. You can check that out.
We don't usually do it on Fridays every week.
No.
We probably shouldn't anymore. Because
Whiskey makes Richard a wild man. He don't like to drink it in the mornings.
So, have you ever seen Sling Blade?
I've seen parts of it. I have not seen the movie.
Okay, so Dwight Yoakam's character.
How do you say that last name?
Dwight Yoakam.
Yoakum?
Yoakum?
Isn't that Yoakum?
Yoakum?
Is there an L in it?
I don't know.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
Rotundo or Rotunda?
It's Rotunda. It's an
Depends
A
on
at the end.
Well, whenever you ask his brother-in-law, it's a O.
Oh, he
I don't
says
know.
it wrong.
I know. Either way,
Anyways, Dwight Yoakam's character.
you were like a new version of that on this fucking Melvin Penrod
So I was really
guy.
fucking awesome is what
Oh
you're
my
saying?
God. Like, you did everything but say this man's mama was a bad cook. Like, and it was bad. But at the same time, it was some of the wittiest comedy I've heard in a long time. Good job, Richard Lee.
I appreciate it. It's Yoakum. I had to look it up because I was unsure. I'm like, have I been saying it wrong all these
Yoakum.
years? Is it like egg yolk? Have I been wrong? It's kind of like when people say I took that for granted.
Granted?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's granted.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but you've heard people say it.
I'm
going to go over to Kroger's.
I got to be real Pacific with you. There's a woman at my work who is in the ranks on up there that has said that more than once.
We used to have, when I went to school, we used to have a guidance counselor that would get on and do the morning announcement, and she'd go, the good book says. It would be like say with an S, says.
Says?
She'd say says every time instead of says.
She's talking about the Bible in school?
I guess. I can't remember. Nobody was listening to her. We just all huddled in on the fact that she would say says.
Yeah. Definitely didn't know about the separation from church and state, huh?
Yeah. Did you ever have, like, in school, was you ever a part of, like, was you ever in a classroom where the one kid had medical conditions and would, like, either seize out or pass out? Was you ever in one of those?
I was in a class where a dude would go outside for the national anthem.
That's not the same.
My mom would say, something wrong in his head.
That's not the same
He don't want to
thing.
stand for that national anthem.
That's
He's a
not
piece of shit.
That's not a disability.
He is. He's mentally something wrong with
It's
him.
not
in
like
his
he's
head.
going to hear the national anthem and go, ah! Ah!
Well, goddamn, they acted like it because if they were ever in there when the song would start, they would fucking like jog almost. Like, oh my god,
head down.
Oh, that first note.
Like they were going to some kind of soundproof hall that they couldn't hear it.
They stuck their hands over their ears. La 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 la.
Every school has to have a Jehovah's Witness room. That's soundproof.
Well, I was just tap dancing around it, but there you go. You're calling its whole name out again.
But I mean, that's the weird
Fuck
thing.
Melvin Penrod. What religion is Melvin Penrod? Let me figure that shit out.
He's a foodie. No, that was the thing. I was in those classrooms too, but I was like, I always wondered, it's like, they can obviously hear the national anthem outside. This is I've got to walk out type thing. This is a clout thing. This isn't like I can't hear it out here.
Well, I don't know that I was ever in a class with like anybody with any kind of ailment that would require like special attention. I mean, I'm trying to think. Never any cripples either. Like
really?
Nope, not one. And usually you get the one little chair roller in the school, but I was never around them.
Chair roller?
Yeah.
You were in a different class. They didn't put them in the same ones.
So I'm trying to think.
You didn't.
There
have
was
one?
a guy that I had maybe like 2 classes with in middle school where he got and you'll like this. Did I ever tell you this? So this one guy, he had this spot on his head where
cancerous or
no. He was a black dude, right? So he had a fro, like maybe like 1.5 inch fro. You know how they wear their hair.
Jesus Christ.
But, just like 1.5 inches, and they kind of fro it up.
Yeah. It wasn't a big fro. It was a small fro.
Yeah. But in the center where his soft spot was just bald. Bald as a baby's ass. And you would see it whenever he'd bend down or whatever. Well, I don't know what the fuck happened. I walked by the classroom, and Denver is standing up like, you can tell he's a part of it, but he's just standing there watching. And so he got into a fight with the soft spot guy, right?
Yeah.
And fucking he just gets out of it. They were tussling, and then he just gets out. He stands up, and he is watching this man roll around on the fucking floor by himself. He was like in a fit or something. He's what my granny would call, he had a spell. And dude,
are you about to tell me somebody touched that spot on his head?
I don't know.
Go crazy.
I don't know. But I know this. I know Din Din was like standing there for what seemed like a minute.
Yeah.
And I'm looking in the door. I'm like, what is that guy doing? And he's he's rolling around and desks are falling down and shit. Right. He's aggressively.
Do you think he was on fire?
I don't know. They were like tussling, and then Denver just slipped out, and that guy stayed rolling. It was the weirdest shit ever.
He really liked that Limp Bizkit song, Keep Rolling.
Oh, my God. It was so bad, dude. They moved Denver to our side of the hall. Because it was 8A.
Yeah, they
8B.
had 2 separate sides. It was almost like it was class segregation at its finest.
Yep.
Because usually one side had the better test grades.
Yeah.
And they didn't tell you that, but you knew it when they were like, you're on 6B this year.
No!
I feel like you put all them smart kids on the A side. No, we didn't. And then meanwhile, your side is like, got all the office referrals and like people like they're grading on the curve and you're the one that's leading the curve.
Yeah. We need you to get them test scores up, Joshua. You're our only hope. Well, if I'm the only hope, you fucked. I'm every bit of a D- person.
I'm like on the A side. They were like, "We're really sad that you guys didn't study enough for this test." And then on the B side, they were like, "I don't even think y'all looked at this shit, did you?" You got to curse at the B students because that's the only thing they understand is violence and swear words.
You ain't gonna listen to me if I don't hit you.
The A side, they're like getting creme brulee for lunch and stuff, and the other side's like hot dogs or hamburger. Fucking get something, and get out of here.
I don't want to eat a boiled hamburger again.
They would boil our hamburgers. You get our hamburgers out of hot water.
Yeah, it's weird as shit, dude. I don't want to boil that.
You put enough onion on it. It was fucking terrible still, but still, you know.
Tricked
Yeah.
your brain into thinking you were eating meat.
Oh,
It's
man.
really soy.
So they were like, yeah.
Dude, they put Denver on our side. It was like you figure the guy doing most of the rolling and
Yeah.
the strowing of the desk would be the one to have to
You have to
move.
move.
But they kept his ass there, and like I never looked at dude the same. I'm like, that motherfucker's got a screw loose for real. Something happened to make that spot on his head, and that's why his head ain't right. Outside and on the inside.
It's a soft spot. That's what they used to call that little bald spot on the back of your. That's the soft spot. You don't let nobody touch that kid on that soft spot. That's what my grandmother used to say.
Oh my god!
Because that would be like basically right to your brain. His kids won't be right.
Yeah. So yeah, but I don't know. No direct like special. I lied to you, Richard.
Oh. Well, I just assumed the classes you were in.
No.
High probability.
So, kindergarten. There's a kid there. I may have said this before.
Yeah.
But there's a kid there. He will not stop crying.
Oh.
Consistently crying over. He won't shut up. And he was upset that his mom had left or whatever. And, like, I do the.
It's kindergarten.
Well, yeah, but, like, even then, I was like, what's wrong with him? He
ain't got one of them weird soft spots, does he?
I wanted to stay home and watch Dennis the Menace. You don't see me fucking crying. But I went over there and I made friends with him. He stopped crying.
Yeah.
He was my favorite little dude of the class for a while. And then it wasn't even 2 weeks later they moved him to the special class. I swear to God. And I was... So I lied, yeah.
That wasn't the question.
What was it?
It wasn't, have you ever known a special needs person?
You
before?
said, was anybody with an ailment? You didn't say mental or physical.
I said, has anybody ever passed out, like, in class
you said,
in front of you?
Were you in class with anybody
I
with
didn't
any
mean
conditions?
I didn't mean
Did
like
they ever seize up? Or
that's
this
what I
or
was talking
that?
about. Did you ever see somebody, like, seize up or not?
Oh, no.
Not that you made friends with the most intelligent guy in the class and he ended up being special needs. Boy, that Josh knows how to scout them, don't he?
No, I seriously.
What you doing, man? Crying because you eating the crayons? That's nice. That's good.
I was the only kid in my class that went over there and comforted him. Even the little girls didn't do it, man.
Well, there's probably a
Little
reason.
fucking assholes. But seriously,
You're a pretty bright man.
I went home and I told my mom. She was like, "You did the right thing, Joshua." I was like, "Yeah."
What did she do when you told him? You know that friend I was telling you about? The one I've
They
been
moved
copying?
they moved his classes.
The one I've been copying off of for the past 2 weeks. Well, spoiler alert, Bob. Guess who's going to the special classes? It's fun. They let us play with Play-Doh and they put a helmet on us.
And I figured out all you got to do is cry for an extended period of time. They'll just put you in there.
Hey, and good news, I get to ride the bus home at 12.
Oh, God. Yes. Good times. Good times. But no, nobody's seizing up.
I've been in a classroom where 1 or 2 people had that, like, either low blood sugar or had seizure problems, and they passed out. And I was
do it, and that one bitch teacher's like, "You better get up there playing."
There was one that I heard of that I wasn't in there. The guy had low blood sugar and he asked to go to the bathroom, and the woman said no. She was a very bitchy teacher.
Yeah,
very bitchy. I probably could tell you her name off air, and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I remember her." She was
say it on there.
She was the only one that ever gave me a referral in middle school, and it was because I was listening to one of her favorite kids talk. And then one of the favorite kids goes, "Hey, he wasn't talking to us. He was just sitting there." And after their favorite kid told her that, she took the referral back from me.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I didn't know you had this much clout. But yeah, I did hear about that, like where the kid was passed out. or he asked to go to the bathroom because he wasn't feeling well, and she's like, "No, you're faking." And then he like walked back to his desk and collapsed. And he was sitting there seizing out, and she's like, "Quit it!
You better straighten up."
Let me call your mama." "Yes, please."
Yeah, call the ambulance.
I was in a classroom in high school where a friend of mine, she used to have like seizures and stuff, and she had like a mild seizure, and she was in her desk and just fell over. Well, the teacher didn't know what to do. It was Mr. Exum's, Coach Exum's wife.
Oh, okay.
It's biology class. She acted like she didn't know what to do, and nobody was helping. So I got up, grabbed my jacket, put it behind her head, made sure she wasn't kind of helped her down to the floor so she wasn't like falling out of her chair. And she was kind of conscious, and she was like, she didn't know what was going on, but she was scared. So she grabbed my hand.
Like, "It's okay. I'll give you mouth to mouth."
No, it wasn't that. But like, I held her hand, and I'm like, "It's going to be okay."
I had a joke. I was fixing to say it too.
It's going to be okay. It's going to look like my wiener's coming out. No, but that's what it was like. I just remember, I'm like, I should not have been the lead person in that just because I was the biggest one in the room. Just because I was the size of a grown man already, I should not have been leading that charge. Should have been the teacher.
Miss Exum was like, "My husband just let him die."
I remember the ambulance came. They cleared the classroom out except for me.
Oh, wow.
And the ambulance came, and I was like,
"Did you touch her while she was unconscious?"
Right, that was an investigation. No.
They took fingerprints.
Took my underwear, too. It was weird.
What's that spot from, huh?
I'm a teenage boy. The wind blew wrong. I got nervous. No. But I just remember that. I was like, I was in there when the ambulance came, and I was the one like talking to the EMTs because me and her had been friends for years, But I remembered that, and I'm like, why was I in charge? I was just like in 10th grade.
Well, I mean, you acted like you were in control of the situation.
Dude, if I've learned anything, it's that if you walk in somewhere with confidence, people don't fuck with you.
Usually a ladder helps.
Yeah, that's one of those things. But dude, I'll say this: last week, Black Time Boxing, I walked right in. Normally there's people at the front door that go, "Hey, who you here with?" And there's a table, and you have to walk past this line. I walked in. I said hey to the two officers that I knew on the side. I was like, "What's going on, guys?" And they're like, "Oh, hey, Richard, what's going on?" And I walked right past everything. No one asked me anything. Same thing with my wife. She just walked right in. Nobody said, "Hey, who you here with?"
Yeah, usually you got a ladder, and you just kind of, "Where's that switch panel at?" Mm-hmm. That's all. That'll work.
Yep. I'm here with engineering. They said y'all had a switch down.
Some son of a bitch done stuck their tongue in there.
And then, "I ain't got my keys on me. You got a key?"
Yeah.
And then you run over to see James Bond or whatever movie he's playing that you don't want to pay for. It will cost you a ladder. You're there the third movie this week to see it, and you're like, you're on extension ladders now.
Can you get that door for me?
I got to quit robbing these ladders off the back of these utility trucks. Oh, man. Oh, I looked it up. Jehovah's Witnesses don't believe in military service. National anthems are voting.
Yep.
They don't stand for national anthem, salute flags, vote, or serve in the military. Followers believe that allegiances belong to God alone, who runs an actual government in heaven. That's what that says.
That cannot be.
St. Peter is the treasurer this week.
I sure hope St. Peter don't get that cheer again. Man, he's hard on them coming in.
Oh man. But yeah, that's the reason. But yeah, I didn't know. I don't know why we started on that. I just thought about that,
Well, it was that kid I was talking about. He'd go outside.
Oh, yeah, during the national anthem.
And you just, let's bash them.
Oh, man.
Continue the trend.
Well, we've got a lot of tabs here to get to today, Josh. We've got all kinds of stuff. This is going to sound like Groundhog Day, but we've got another one right here that just came out yesterday. Drug-eating rats invade Houston police evidence room.
They just can't get enough of that fentanyl.
It's that Gulf area. Like, the last time it was in, New Orleans, they had the evidence room was overtaken by rats.
Yep.
Rats are consuming drugs that were seized and stored by Houston police, and hundreds of cases could be vulnerable to rodent infestation, officials said.
I'd love to charge you, but there's no evidence left. It's like it disappears.
There's an OD'd rat in the basement. It's an issue that has prompted the district attorney to alert defense attorneys in more than 3,600 open drug-related cases, although only one active case has been impacted by the rodents. Just one example, we've got 400,000 pounds of marijuana in storage that the rats are the only ones enjoying. Houston Mayor John Whitmore said Friday at a news conference. It sounds like he wants to enjoy that marijuana, doesn't he?
Well, I mean, we ain't a square.
Joshua Reese.
Rice?
Reese. Why does everybody? What happened to names like Smith, Williams, Anderson?
Yeah.
General Counsel.
You fucking non-Europeans.
General Counsel at the Harris County District Attorney said that the rodents also got into packaging containing mushrooms.
Oh, my God. Oh, man. We noticed they were just wandering around. One of them went and got coffee.
The Harris County District Attorney's Office was notified last week that the HPD Narcotics Evidence Room at 1200 Travis had a problem or issue with rodents. According to CBS affiliate KHOU TV, the Houston Police Department and other agencies have permission from the DA's office to destroy any drug evidence from cleared cases before 2015.
Oh, wow.
From marijuana to mushrooms, how a rodent problem in HPD evidence room is causing legal ripples throughout Harris County. Another place close to the Gulf that rats are getting into drugs.
Well, sounds like they just need to,
start a DARE program for rodents.
Something. Get some cats. I don't know.
I don't know if I'm speaking out of turn, but I know when I wanted to keep mice out of my stuff at my old house, I got plastic containers that clasp together. Like those storage containers that lock down.
Yep.
That nothing can get in. I mean, I probably could if it wanted it bad enough, but
I mean, figure that they could do something like that. Have some form of what are they keeping the shit in? Boxes?
Probably like little baggies and stuff. Well,
I know that, but within a box of some sort.
Yeah.
Or drawers. They can't have enough drawers for fucking.
Maybe like a filing cabinet.
I guess. I mean, maybe make the goddamn boxes metal or something. I don't know.
Well, Josh, have you been to Pornhub recently?
No, I usually use Xvideos.
All right, so this is a new thing. You remember a couple years ago we were talking about how there was age verifications on
in
Louisiana. Court lets Tennessee porn site age verification law take effect as Texas law goes to Supreme Court.
Uh-oh.
A panel of federal appeals judges has ruled that Tennessee can begin enforcing a law that requires pornographic websites to verify their visitors' age. The Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals panel decision Monday came as the issue heads to the U.S. Supreme Court for oral arguments Wednesday over a similar Texas law, citing First Amendment grounds. A district court judge had largely blocked Tennessee's law from kicking in on January 1st, while a legal challenge continued. The Free Speech Coalition, an adult entertainment trade group, filed the lawsuit over Tennessee's law and those in a half a dozen other states, including Texas. The coalition lists some 19 states that have passed similar laws. So it could be pretty soon that you're going to have to supply an ID to get porn.
Wow, that's interesting.
A panel of appeals has ruled that Tennessee can begin enforcing the law that requires pornographic websites to verify their visitors' age, because you got to have a way to verify it.
You swear to God you're 18?
Right. Yeah, that doesn't do it all the time. Are you 18? Yes or no? Yes. All right.
You really mean yes?
As the First Amendment debate rises to the U.S. Supreme Court this week for oral arguments over a similar they hyphenated that similar Texas law on Monday the 6th. Blah blah. We've already read that.
How have you not bit that they've used oral more than once in this?
We see no reason to keep Tennessee's law on ice while Texas and Indiana may enforce theirs against at least one of the same plaintiffs, especially when the Supreme Court will soon offer guidance on the standard of review we should apply. After the decision, the website Pornhub began blocking access in Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
The website had already halted access in 16 other states with verification requirements it has called ineffective, haphazard, and dangerous, and not properly enforced, according to its parent company. The company advocates for age verification on individual devices. So, yeah, age verification would be required if 1/3 of a website's content is considered harmful to minors under state standards. So it means if you got more than 1/3 of porn on your site, you're going to have to put in that driver's license, homie. That's crazy, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good thing
I just go to a website that steals OnlyFans stuff.
Like, how are they going to enforce this on all sites?
I don't know, man. I guess take direction from Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
I mean, see how that works and flows and try to emulate it if it's a good deal. But I don't know about how I feel about showing my fucking driver's license.
It seems like it's going to be an ordeal, isn't it? Like, it's like, hey, I see you're an organ donor and you also like midget porn. It's like, wait, how do you know that?
How did your account? How did you get hacked, honey? How did you get exploited?
Yeah.
Well, I had to take a picture of my driver's license and send it to a pornographic website,
Right.
darling. Your name came out on one of those lists
Right.
that says that all of these accounts were hacked or
Right.
something. You know, like it could get really embarrassing, and
Right.
you know,
Part of me says it shouldn't be the duty of the government to parent kids.
right.
It should be the duty of the parents to parent kids.
Right. It's kind of like does HBO ask for your fucking ID to show you an R-rated movie or something?
Yeah. What are they going to do on that? What are they going to do?
Where's the line?
Yeah.
Richard Lee? Where's the line?
What are they going to do on that? You know, what are they going to do on sites like they're like picture sites that are arts? You know what I mean? Like nude art. What are they going to do with that?
I don't know. I think there's got to be some kind of accountability and responsibility and factored in all this. Like you said, do you want daddy government to do it, or are you going to take care of it?
I am much more one of those people that would rather see individuals control what goes on in their household. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I decide what's right for my house. It's kind of like that social media ban. You know, like Florida has banned all teenagers from social media. Like if you're underage, it's illegal to have an account.
With what? Anything?
Like social media.
Facebook, whatever.
Yeah. And I get it. Social media is terrible for kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, that should be an issue that parents, like it should be up to parents to police that.
Essentially, that's what I think too.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, so now get ready to present your birth certificate next time you want to jerk off.
Wow.
You got a passport or something? I'm ready to see some Brazilian whores. It's just going to be weird, man.
Yeah, I'm not so comfortable with that idea.
Have you ever been accused of a crime, Josh? I came across this story this week, and I had to laugh just at the headline alone. Don't read the headline. Look away. I just want to read this to you and get your response. Have you already read it?
I mean, I know what it is.
Oh, you know what it is. So you know who Caitlin Clark is, right?
Yes.
She's the white female player.
She's white. Is she white?
She's the white female player in the WNBA. She's one of only like 3 people that people know in the WNBA. She's like their messiah right now because she's bringing eyes to the WNBA.
Right.
And they foul the shit out of her all the time. But so apparently she had a stalker. And the headline says, "Man accused of stalking Caitlin Clark says he wants to stay in jail," and yells he's guilty as charged in court. Indianapolis. The Texas man accused of stalking WNBA superstar Caitlin Clark loudly declared he is guilty as charged Tuesday before a judge entered a not guilty plea on his behalf.
How is that judge going to do that? Like, no, he's saying he's guilty.
Michael Thomas Lewis, 55, let out multiple outbursts during his first appearance in court since he was arrested over the weekend and accused of making a series of vulgar, threatening online statements at Clark, the Indiana Fever superstar. Moments after Marion County Superior Court Judge Angela Davis. Oh, that's weird. That's my my cousin's name. Well, it was.
Or you're kin to that woman that played Tina Turner?
Called Lewis.
No, that's Bassett, isn't it?
Yeah. Angela Bassett.
No, Davis. Angela Davis. Is that the one?
That's my cousin.
I know that, but is that not the one that was in A League of Her Own in Thelma and Louise? Is that the one?
Betty Davis?
No, it's Angela Davis, right?
I don't
know.
know.
The tall one?
I don't have a clue.
Okay, well, I got to look it up. You just keep reading.
The judge called Lewis's case moments after she called Lewis's case.
Thelma.
Why don't we just wait until you're done looking this up so we can finish this story?
Come on, keep reading.
Thelma, Thelma.
I want you to read this.
Moments after the judge called Lewis's case.
Gina Davis, I'll be damned. Angela's your cousin.
Yes, I've said that a few times. Moments after the judge called Lewis's case, Lewis, without prompting, shouted out that he is guilty as charged.
Until I get her farts in a jar, I'm not going to stop.
He looks like Ted Kaczynski, doesn't he?
Like he's been hiding under a porch. Right. He later blurted out, "Throw me in the book. Throw me the bookie."
And I feel...
and I'm free. I guess you got the wrong guy. Yeah, that's why they entered a plea for him. He's clearly disturbed.
Clearly disturbed, while complaining that his name did not include a junior in court. He's trying to go on that technicality.
I'm the only one left.
He's trying to go on that technicality.
Which makes me not a fucking junior. He's got some complex.
Each time Lewis, wearing an orange jail jumpsuit and black sandals, spoke out of turn, courtroom deputies approached him and told him to sit up straight and not to interrupt. Oh, that'll work. That always worked in school in your classes, didn't it?
Yeah. He's going to stop yelling whenever he gets done. That's just all there is to it. You ain't going to be able to stifle him.
The judge read through the charges that Lewis terrorized, frightened, or threatened Clark and caused a reasonable fear of sexual battery. That's the first time I've ever heard that. A reasonable fear of sexual battery.
Well, Richard, we don't know what he's told this woman.
I mean, a lot of people say stuff, but I feel like he's going to do this shit. That's pretty reasonable fear right there. He's pretty graphic.
He walked from Texas here. Like, he's determined.
He came here with that fish dildo all the way here.
Don't ask me how he carried it here. God, don't ask me.
He didn't have a backpack, I'll tell you that much.
We talked about hobo packs last week. Right. He had a little hobo pack hanging off of it. Going to Indiana, gonna get me a fart in a jar.
Gonna sexually batter an NBA star.
Well, it was either Meta World Peace or you. You just the first one I ran into.
Lewis replied, "Can I say something?" After they were like,
Opposed to everything else you've already said?
before the judge replied emphatically, "Not yet." Asked whether he has mental illness, he told the court, "I need my medicines."
My brain's just starting to hurt now. You gonna make me get irrational?
Asked again whether he needed an attorney. They're doing this without an attorney? He replied that he needed his medications. Lewis confirmed that he cannot afford an attorney and that he is not working. Well, shocker there.
He probably gets a check supplied to him.
When asked whether he resides in Texas, he responded, "Sort of. I live in my vehicle." He told the court he has $100 in savings and that his car, a 2016 Toyota Avalon, is worth ballpark $10,000.
Well, damn. He's not so bad off then, dude.
His 2016 Avalon is not worth $10,000.
It probably is in today's market, Richard Lee.
You mean to tell me a lived-in 9-year-old car that probably looks and smells like, I don't know, a crazy man lived in there?
No. He's saying probably in so many words. I don't want to put words in his mouth.
I don't know the Kelly Blue Book value, Judge.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you this: if I can get it pressure washed out, you might get $10,000. I'm confident $10,000. But I am crazy, so I don't know.
I got new shocks on it, got new brake shoes on it.
I actually installed wings on it last week. It'll fly, guaranteed.
Lewis signed court orders agreeing to stay away from Gainbridge Fieldhouse, home arena of the Indiana Fever.
Oh, wow.
And to have no contact with Clark. He was also barred from entering historic Hinkle Fieldhouse, where Clark's boyfriend, Butler University assistant basketball coach Connor McCaffrey, works.
Connor, have you told your wife yet?
Are you meaning to tell me they let this motherfucker out?
I hope not, but it appears that way.
If you violate stay away or no contact orders, the court will revoke your bond, the judge told him.
He's roaming around.
I love how they go from a reasonable fear of sexual battery,
yes,
to, now don't you go over there. We're going to take away your bond.
There's 2 places you can't show up at. That's their job.
You see him at a Quiznos. It's open season, but you don't go to those 2 places.
Hey, if he can find a Quiznos, let me know.
Davis entered a plea of not guilty. No, he didn't. He said, "Oh, that's the judge." Davis entered a plea of not guilty on Lewis's behalf and ordered him held in lieu of a $50,000 bond.
So this fucking guy has, 10%. That's $5,000.
Yeah,
they're gonna take his. Now we're gonna take your house away if you do something bad. Now
we're gonna take the back seat out of your Avalon. If he were able to come up with the money, Lewis would need to stay in Indiana and wear a GPS monitor, Davis said.
I'm going to need a power inverter or I can't charge this son of a bitch. You know that you got to charge them, I think.
When you live in your car, how can you be under house arrest?
Oh, man. This is the perfect setup. I can go where my house goes wherever.
I'm at home. Arrest me, Fuzz. Come on.
I'll sue the shit out of you.
But Lewis said he has no intention of posting bail. "I don't want bond. Bail, whatever," he said. "I'm here. I'm staying." He's basically, I'm your problem now.
Yeah.
You have to feed me. I'm in your care. The court appointed defense attorney Gavin. I ain't even going to pronounce that last name.
Oh, come on. It's just elbow got caught on the keyboard.
ULTVULUGT.
I don't know.
They appointed a defense attorney to represent him. He declined comment after Tuesday's 15-minute hearing, saying, "The judge really fucked me on this one. Not going to look good for my stats when we lose."
Look, just because it's my first case doesn't mean you have to just throw me to the wolves.
I mean, I appreciate you spelling my last name wrong. Just kind of giving me some clearance. It's real last name.
You're going to have to go under an assumed name for this case.
What is it going to be? Anderson, Smith? No. You'll have How do you spell that? Like it sounds?
What you got to do is you got to take your elbow, the point of your elbow, lay it down on the A, and just lean that arm to the right.
Act like you arm wrestling somebody and just go back and forth. Lewis is charged with 1 count of stalking, accused of engaging in a course of conduct involving repeated or continued harassment of Caitlin Clark that would cause a reasonable person to feel terrorized, according to a complaint filed by Marion County Police. That's the fucked up part. It's like they knew all this, and they're like, "You got money, we'll let you go. You ready to give up that Avalon? We'll let you out." And he's like, "Nope, fuck it, I'm here. I don't want your bond." From December 16th to January 2nd, Lewis used X to send a series of vulgar, sexually graphic messages to Clark, college basketball's all-time leading scorer. Police found him through an IP address linking him to Hilton Gardens Hotel at 120 West Market Street and the downtown branch of the Indianapolis Public Library, according to the court affidavit.
They just went up to every hobo and back lady. "Let me see that phone. Who the fuck are you texting?"
They're like, yeah, everybody at the library.
Yeah.
"Hey, man, you stayed at the Hilton Garden Inn lately?"
"Well, I parked out there once. Let me see your phone."
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, Josh.
Yes, Richard.
One thing that you could use a phone to do it, I guess. You know, I ain't going to discriminate. But one thing you can go to on your phone is all the deals at our shop, tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees. And if they go over to that shop website right now, what are they going to find?
Richard Lee, they're going to find the finest choice of t-shirts that you could probably get on the whole fucking internet. Which t-shirts am I talking about?
Which
Man,
ones?
we got all kinds of t-shirts. Dwayne's still going to get that truck, that 80s style tee with that neon sign on it. That former cover art t-shirt with our faces on the front of the son of a bitch. And Radio Soda Can t-shirt, ECW like t-shirt, so many more t-shirts. tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees. That's TEES. You little peachy bitch. That's your t-shirt hookup.
tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees, the home of P3 Radio merchandise.
I've got a good woman at home.
You disappoint me.
Who thinks I do no wrong.
What's that?
We used this song in, I think in 2018 or 2019.
I don't remember that.
Well, I definitely do because it was one of my memorable shows. Or I don't remember it, but you made me remember it. And this was the comeback song to the next episode.
Oh, wow.
And right here, you cut it off, and we start going over the happenings. I think it was the night that the front yard incident.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So 2019.
Oh, wow.
So for all the people that stuck
6
with
years
us
ago.
for this long, Richard Lee's disappointing you too, I know. Because you remember all our songs.
Well, we've got Hank Williams Jr., Whiskey Bent and Hellbound for episode 390. We're only 10 weeks away from our 400th show.
Huh. That's a
10 weeks.
And that's bullshit because we've done more than that. If you count the behind the mics.
No, we're not counting that. 1, 2, 3. I'm already lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The end of March. When we're marching into March, we'll be
God,
marching.
do we still fucking do that?
Yeah. And then
I thought I just totally shit on that last
in
year.
April is Turtle Lovin', remember? But yeah, we'll be marching out of March and into our 400th show on March the 28th.
That's a lot of shows.
that's
well, not
400.
technically not 400.
It seems like just yesterday we were talking about how we've done 365 of these things, and you can listen to a show every day. If you started from the beginning, every day of the week, you can listen to a show and not run out for a year. That's crazy.
You said that about
It's been like a year.
25
I
episodes.
was going to say it's been a while now, but it seems like just yesterday that we were talking about that. You know, like that's how quick it goes.
Yeah, man. It goes quick, and we don't even remember the shit we say on most of it. So it goes really quick.
I thought about us this week, Josh, because I saw this story pop up, and I haven't read it, but I feel like this is something right down our alley. Brad Pitt is not messaging fans for money.
You mean he's not?
Rep warns after a French woman loses life savings in scam.
When are these people going to learn? People like that don't beg for money.
No. And then,
But I got to know Brad through a series of messages on Twitter.
he's in a bad way. Him and Angelina had like 26 kids. He's got child support.
The scam cost a fan $850,000, which impersonators said Pitt needed for a kidney procedure. If you Google, I got to do it.
Here's the thing.
You stay on this. I'm going to Google Brad Pitt's net worth. Just, I mean, a quick search. You know, I'm doing this on the fly. So,
how much you got in the bank? Yeah, that'll work. That's how much they said this kidney procedure is going to be.
Brad Pitt currently has a net worth of $400 million. Oh, but he can't afford a kidney procedure.
Yeah, but your little French $850,000 is really going to make a dent in this kidney procedure.
God.
Oh,
quick Google
man.
search, you know.
But here's the thing. That's what good looks will get you, man. Because you know Danny DeVito ain't getting nobody. He ain't getting nobody.
I'm going to need some money. Well, fucking get a job.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, good looks will
He'd have
make
to be a
people go-
panhandler.
Yes. He'd have to find his ass a dog and a bridge to beg under. Some kind of intersection. But
man.
Brad Pitt, somebody's like, Brad Pitt's sexy enough to where, I mean, I feel like we could get at least $25 from a straight man. You know?
What, you see his baby blue eyes? Man, it's like it hypnotized me. Frank, you only give him 25.
I love how they say this too. Brad Pitt fans are being warned. Looks like they had an email address. Hey Brad, we're gonna need your email chain list that you got. We gotta send out some warnings here. Scammers after Brad Pitt fans are being warned about scammers after a French woman purportedly lost $850,000 of her marriage
And her
marriage.
I'm gonna need you to leave that loser you with, darling.
Wait, what
Once
blood type is he? I might need his kidney.
Once my kidney gets fixed, baby, it's me and you versus the world.
Here's what I want to need you to do. I'm going to need you to give him the roofies, and I'm going to need you to get a bathtub of ice. I'm going to need you to get one of them kidneys, darling. And her marriage after falling prey to AI images and fake messages impersonating the actor.
God.
Oh man, could you imagine that? Hey, darling, like you're the husband. What did we spend $300,000 on this week?
Brad Pitt. What? Brad Pitt.
You say utility bill?
I think my brain's hearing Brad Pitt for some fucking reason. I could have swore you said that. That's because I did, Frank. God damn it. Or le goddamn. Is it some French?
Yeah, they were like, and I noticed you spent another $550,000.
Says for a kidney pump. What the hell you need a kidney pump for?
What the hell is a kidney pump? I don't think that's real.
HomeDialysisServices.com. I wanted to get Brad signed up for a dialysis subscription.
Oh man, could you imagine that's the way could you imagine being down at the bar and people going, "Hey Josh, what's going on, man? I see you drinking. You're not wearing your wedding ring. What's going on? You and your wife split up?"
That damn Brad Pitt.
Wait, what are you talking about? Are you telling me your wife left you for Brad Pitt? I mean, that's a badge of honor right there.
Well, kind of, sort of. They're dumb big.
Wait, was it the actor Brad Pitt, or was it somebody just named Brad Pitt?
I think it was AI image named Brad Pitt. She ain't been taking her medicine. That's what I would tell everybody.
Yeah.
She was off her meds and turned into a different person. I would not.
But you ain't got to take up for her anymore. You're leaving her ass.
I know, but I would be so embarrassed that
Yeah.
I was married to a stupid idiot like that I would lie about
We lost
why.
our fucking life savings to ChatGPT.
Man, you and Rhonda still together? No, man, that bitch is dead. She died.
That's the way you do it. Even if she didn't die.
Oh, yeah, she's
like,
dead.
She's dead. She did me. Brad Pitt.
Oh, my God.
Hey, I went to get some money out of the bank account, and they said we're overdrawn. What's going on? Well, Brad Pitt needed a kidney. It's awful that scammers take advantage of fans' strong connection with celebrities.
Sound like they ain't got a strong connection with her fucking spouse. If your marriage is over and you done robbed $850,000 out of y'all's account,
Yeah.
something wasn't clicking to begin with.
I assure you, I am Brad Pitt.
Brad shit.
I am Brad Pitt. Please do not redeem the gift card.
Oh, that's how they get away with it.
Yeah. How many? $850,000 worth of Apple gift cards is a lot of fucking money.
We know her by name at the Apple store.
The statement echoes a similar comment EW received upon reports of another Pitt-related scam in September. The victim of the most recent episode, a 53-year-old French interior designer named Anne, first detailed her experience in an interview with 7 to 8 on France's TP1 channel.
I'm here to let you know that Brad Pitt ripped me off. I probably aired it like that, too. It was like, oh, fuck Brad Pitt. He's killing these French women.
Anne said she was first contacted by a figure
I swear to God, I'm Brad Pitt. He's behind the silhouette, like
right,
we're talking about.
like the Black Scorpion.
Yeah. I swear to God, I'm Brad Pitt.
Sting, I'm Brad Pitt. I need $300,000 for a kidney operation. Come on, Sting. Come find me. Come find me and give me a kidney. Claiming to be Pitt's. Hold on, wait. We jumped the gun. Anne said she was first contacted by a figure claiming to be Pitt's mother on Instagram.
Cheryl Pitt.
My son needs a kidney.
I'm Martha Pitt. And I want to tell y'all to help my son.
She told me that her son needed someone like me. Anne said. A few days later, an account claiming to be Pitt himself reached out. At first, I said to myself that it was fake.
That's too many numbers after that Twitter handle. It can't be legit.
He can't be Brad Pitt 4930473. Ain't no way. Ain't no way 49572 people got Brad Pitt before him.
He got a hyphen over at 1P.
Maybe that's his birth date or something. At first I said to myself it was fake. That is ridiculous. And told TF1 per France 24, But I'm not used to social media, and I didn't really understand what was happening to me.
Sound like you got pretty good at it. You figured out how to send money.
Yeah.
Which I had trouble with it first.
Yeah.
Like, where do I do all this?
But you can wire transfer $750,000 like a son of a bitch, can't you? They won't let you do it over Facebook Marketplace.
You believe that shit? There's a $100,000 limit.
The scammers told Ann that Pitt, I don't know why I keep saying Pitt needed funds to cover his kidney treatment, which he could not pay for himself due to his divorce proceedings freezing his bank accounts.
Angelina has robbed me. I will rob you.
To convince Ann that he was the real Pitt behind the account, the scammers sent doctored and AI images of the actor in a hospital bed to verify his identity. Upon believing she and Pitt were in a romantic relationship, Ann ultimately sent the scammer $850,000 and also divorced her husband so she could pursue Pitt.
Oh, my God.
I was in love with the man I was chatting to, she said on 7 to 8. He knew how to speak to a woman.
Turns out it was just some Indian woman.
Yeah, he really knew what the women want because he was a woman. Anne only realized her mistake when she saw the news of Pitt's real-life romance when Ines de Ramon with Ines de Ramon, and she ultimately filed a police report over the scam. Inez? I asked myself why they chose me to do such harm like this.
Sound like you're easy mark.
I've never harmed anyone. These people deserve hell. I love how this bitch that just left her husband for another man.
Yeah, but they deserve
it. After prompting a wave of memes and mockery, TF1 pulled the 7 to 8 episode from circulation to prevent further cyberbullying. The network reported that Anne had experienced mental health difficulties, including depression. Well, no shit.
Her wedding ring just grew. It flew right off her finger.
In September 2004, Spain's Interior Ministry announced that 5 online scammers had been arrested for defrauding 2 women out of $350,000 by impersonating Pitt.
Good God, this motherfucker
is
robbing.
Pretending to be Brad Pitt is a multi-million-dollar investment.
Yes.
Pitt is not immediately clear if the incident in Spain and France are connected. Oh, wait. He wasn't doing
it. You don't give a shit.
That was part
Brad's on the phone
impersonating Pitt.
He's on the phone with the UN. I swear to God, it's not me. Please don't.
But I'm going to get to the bottom of this. It says impersonating Pitt, period. It is not immediately clear if the incidents in Spain and France are connected. The Wolf's actor recently reached a settlement in his divorce from Angelina Jolie, which had been the subject of lengthy legal proceedings dating back to 2016, when Maleficent star accused Pitt of abuse. The FBI investigated Jolie's claims regarding Pitt's abuse and ultimately dropped the case without pursuing any charges. Yeah, I don't know why they had to put that in there.
Research. That's crazy.
Research and abuse. Yeah. It's crazy. Well, I mean, when you're able to talk women from 2 other countries out of their money, that means, do you ever just wish you were that handsome that you could just get $850,000 from a French woman from a picture?
I think it didn't matter what picture they used. You know, like obviously it could have been someone not as striking as Pitt or whatever. And I think obviously the problem lies within their relationship. Not.
I'll tell you another thing. It's gonna be a long, hard look at somebody's self when her ex-husband tries to enter in to another joint bank account. I can tell you that much right now. Like, no, I'm gonna keep my shit in my name if that's all right with you, Brenda.
Yeah.
What'd you get a quiet for?
I was sitting there thinking that's.
Could you imagine? Like, they're in their what? Did they say she was in her 40s, 30s?
Oh, I don't know that they said.
They said her age. I can't remember it, but can you
50s?
imagine?
I think 50s.
50. Can you imagine being in your 50s? You're like 10 years from retirement, and you've got a little nest egg built up. And then one day your wife goes, "I want a divorce. I sent all our money to Brad Pitt."
God. I mean, what do you do then? Right? It's either jump off a bridge or fucking go start over.
Right.
Live in a log cabin, being a hermit or something. And build.
I was 10 years from retirement.
Goddamn Brad Pitt.
Now I'm going to be greeting people at Walmart till I die.
Yeah. And if he didn't see this news story, he thinks it's the real Brad Pitt.
Right.
You know?
Fucking right. He sat there eating
Motherfucker.
pork and beans in his
Piece of shit.
in his hostel.
His good looking face.
He's eating beanie weenies in his hostel, like cursing Brad Pitt's name. Fucking Brad Pitt.
Piece of fucking shit.
But he's like, he can't even afford plastic spoons. He's drinking the beanie weenies.
He's using the paper from around the can as a scoop.
Fucking Brad Pitt. Fucking bastard. I hate him. We got time for one more story. What is this, Josh? You brought this.
This is something that I immediately thought of you. And I titled the email, Richard as a Youth.
Oh. Well, we
And-
see a kid with no front teeth, or he's got a gap like I did when I was a kid.
Yep. And he's holding
He's holding his pecker.
Yep. And he looks like he's talking to the camera. And this is a surfer type deal, but the sport does not apply. It's a situation.
Gotcha. It says surfing through winter be like only surfers know the feeling. So, okay. Let's see what these. Oh, wait. Let me turn it up.
Rewind.
I'll rewind it. Here we go.
What?
You can't see here.
What can't see what?
Because I don't have no balls here.
Okay. It looked like he was trying to jerk himself off through his jogging pants. But
He's fucking afraid, and that's childlike fear. He believes 100% that his balls have floated away like yours.
You can't see here.
What can't see what?
Because I don't have no balls here.
What do you mean you have no
What?
balls?
Is there supposed to be balls in here?
There's balls in your sack, dude. They're fine, dude. They
But
don't
there's
go
no,
away.
There's no in here.
Yep. From your mouth to God's ears, little buddy.
That is you.
Actually, I never knew that.
How did they know then? How'd they know to check?
They used to watch me during baths. They'd smoke too. It was really weird.
Man, that left thing is bouncing like hell.
Peel it back a little bit.
They ain't got no bounce on the right side. Something ain't right.
It's like a cat in there just clawing away at one side.
Oh my God.
No, I mean, they didn't know. Like, I asked my mom a couple of weeks ago, I was like, what was
You remember that ball?
I was like, what was the
Away?
deal? And she said, well, they had told me that your testicle was still in your abdomen. That's because that's where they start. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like still a little foggy on how that works, to be honest with you, because I went to public school.
Yes.
But they start in your abdomen and they slowly descend down like the yodeler on The Price is Right. So then they fall into the sack.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of how they're supposed to go. Well, apparently I had one that was just,
It was a gypsy.
yeah.
It was like, I'm
And
going to go over here.
And they were basically like, look, it hadn't descended yet. The heat from his abdomen, this is what my mom said, will affect his ability to have kids if we don't go in and move it. And she was like, okay. So they went in and they cut my abdomen right here. I'm fat now, so you can't really tell. If I would have had a V, I would have always had a scar right there on it because it was right there at the abdomen. They cut me.
Yeah.
And they went in there like, they did that whole thing like in, Little Giants, where it was like, no gain. And she goes, no ball. That's what happened. They cut and they went, well, I'll be damned, there's no ball here. So then they started doing like a ball retrieval hunt. It became like an Easter egg hunt. And for whatever reason, I don't know what came first, but they made 2 more cuts. One on my scrotum and one at the groin of my leg. And apparently, and Mom doesn't remember this, but I remember this because when somebody tells you where your ball went, you listen. But as a kid, I remember them saying that the ball not only descended, but it went further and went into my groin instead of going into my sack. So they cut my groin to get it out and move it over. I don't know why they cut the sack unless they were like, let me get a look at that.
He ain't gonna know.
But I woke up. That's where that joke I have comes from, where I woke up after they told me I was just going to take a nap. I had no idea they were going to be cutting on me.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I had a cut on my stomach, my groin, and my sack.
Somebody stabbed me in my sleep.
Right. And the joke of it is, it's like, and when you're a kid and you go to sleep and you wake up and somebody's cut your sack, it gets pretty hard to get talked into taking a nap ever again. Like
last time y'all fucking organized a nap, I woke up, I was butchered. I looked like a jobber versus the sheep.
And then the other part of that joke is, it's like, even in kindergarten, they tried to make us take naps, and I was sitting there holding safety scissors going, don't do it, they're going to cut your balls! But, I mean, the other part of that is, you know, it's like, why did they have to make so many cuts?
Freddy Krueger doing the surgery.
Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands.
And then the other part was that my mom had to check it to make sure there was 2 balls in there for years.
For years.
Years. I have these fucked up memories
And
of
you're
me.
like, Mom, my girlfriend does this now. Quit.
I have these fucked up memories of my mom checking me and me giggling because I thought it was cold and it was ticklish. Had ticklish balls.
Mama didn't know to run her hands under hot water.
Dude, and I remember thinking, like, I didn't know about the seam. You know, like the ball seam. I didn't know. I thought that was just that was something I had. And just me. And then I remember the first time I ever saw porn, seeing people with these seams, and I'm like, everybody's had this surgery. But what really sucked about the surgery, more than anything, is that my mom wanted me to list that on everything that asked about prior surgeries.
Oh, my God.
So we'd be at like the dentist's office. She'd be like, what year did you have your balls operated on? I'm like, they don't need to know that I had my balls operated on. Was it 88 or 89? It's like, they don't need to know. No, you got to list every surgery now. They tell you to list them. You list them all. Like, I don't think so. I don't think you have to list them all. Yep.
Well, they're working on my mouth. So,
like they're going to get in there. It's like, this man has an abscess. Wait, did he have a ball surgery?
Oh, God.
Why didn't y'all tell us?
He's going to fucking die now.
Is there any more to this video?
Well, it looks like we're only halfway there.
Okay, let's see.
Chloe, knock it off, dude. What are you talking
There's
about?
remember,
I don't need to see them.
do you know there's no balls and there's no the thingies?
What thingies?
The round thingies?
Yes, that's your balls.
Yeah, but it's gone.
Where did they go?
I
I don't know. Oh,
You know,
shit.
they do say that there's like a hole like up there, like in your pelvis, that you can push them back into.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
There are people within the Kung Fu community. Look.
This sounds like some shit my mom would say.
That were supposedly they can, like, essentially suck their testicles back up into their abdomen, and that's how they can get kicked in the balls and stuff.
There's people in the Kung Fu community.
Look it up.
No, I'm gonna put the earnest on that on you. I don't want to fuck up my Google searches any more than they've been fucked up.
How to suck testicles back up into your stomach.
How do I Chinese suck testicles up into my abdomen?
All I got was old man from China gargling balls. It's bad.
Just video after video. They didn't even make me age verify or nothing. They should have. I feel violated.
Speaking of violation, we've violated people on two fronts.
Yes. Well, Josh, if they want to follow us on social media, we're going to call it a day. This is it. And they want to follow us on social media or give us a call, how they do that.
Well, Richard Lee on the X Machine. We are at P3 Radio, the number 1 on Facebook. Put in that search bar, Pop Poncho, Poncho, and you'll see our photo. And if you want to get with us the old school way, send us some hate messages or any kind of messages, 731-300-6675.
Well, that's going to do it for us. Why did you call Tatanka there?
Sometimes you just got to let it flow, man.
Well, that's going to Steven Tyler Tatanka here. Well, for Josh Brawley, this is Richard Mulligan. Steven Tyler Tatanka. That sounds like his full name, wasn't it? It's not just Tatanka.
I am
Steven Tyler Tatanka. Well, that's going to do it for us. For Josh Brawley, this is Richard Mulligan saying thanks for listening and good night.